say, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah.
Hello, Miss Laurie here. How are we doing still on our big adventure? You know, we're so excited because we're going to be meeting together soon. And you know, that fills my heart with joy. And today we're going to be learning about joy. We're just going to have a little fireside, maybe a poolside chat. And it's going to be where we talk about joy. Because you know, when we think of joy, sometimes it brings these happy feelings and celebration. And you know, I just went a couple of days ago with for my nephew Trevor, who is graduating from high school. And since we can't meet together, obviously, because of our big adventure going on here, we were able to do one of those car parades. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're super fun. And we were so filled with joy, and Trevor was filled with joy because we drove in front of their house. It was a big surprise. We had signs and we had balloons and we were honking our horns, and it was this whole parade of cars going in front of his house and waving and saying we loved him and how proud we were of him. And it was a very joyful time. And you know, even with thinking about getting together with church, it just brings joy because we're so excited to be able to see you. And while we'll still have to have that distance between us, it'll still be great just to see each other and be able to wave to each other and see each other smile, and just the joy that it will bring. Now, when we talk about joy on an everyday level, you know, sometimes that's when I think people think, well, I'm not joyful every day. Well, you know what? That joy is something that you do have, but perhaps I feel like it is dependent on two things, and that is being content and having gratitude. So, being content means that you are pleased with the situation around you. It doesn't mean that you're happy that something bad is happening, but it means that you have that contentment to know that where you are right now is Jesus's plan for you, and that he is making it the best way possible for you. You are content. You're pleased. You're not looking here thinking, oh, it'd be so much better if I was like this. Or it'd be so much better if I was with that family, or if I was with their house, or if I was driving in their car, or if I had their Xbox, or if I had their toys. You know, that's not contentment. But contentment means being pleased with the situation that you're in right now. The other thing I mentioned was gratitude. You know, gratitude means you are thankful for what you have, for the place that you are in life. It sounds a lot like contentment, but I feel like contentment is working in and gratitude is working out. Gratitude means you are thankful. There's an attitude of gratitude. You know, you want to be thankful for those things and people and situations around you. Because, you know, when we have Jesus in our heart, that is the ultimate joy, right? You know that song, I have joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay. That is the joy of Jesus. That's his fruit that he gives us. But you know what? That everyday life joy, even when we're Christians, sometimes can feel like it is elusive, that it's hard to find. But you know what? If you remember, okay, am I content right now? And am I thankful? And am I great? Or do I have an attitude of gratitude? Am I thankful for what I have and where I am and who I am in Jesus? And if you are, you can actually feel that little bit of joy bubbling up. And if you think about all those things you can be joyful about, it will definitely bubble up and over. Even if you write down, let's say you're having a really crummy day, and you, on a piece of paper, you have to write down everything you can be thankful for. You know what? I bet that will open your eyes to see a lot of things you can be very thankful for. Having a summer off or having the schooling off and working from home, that might be a thing you can be very, very thankful for. You might not be with your friends, but you know what? You were able to spend so much extra time with your family. And I don't know if it was easier to school that way, but it may have been. But there are so many things that our hearts can be so filled with joy. You know what? In the Bible, it talks about that when a sinner turns to the Lord, there is joy in the presence of the angels. Do you know that angels rejoice for everyone that turns their heart to the Lord? So I want to ask you, have you asked Jesus into your heart? Maybe you've been following along with us, or maybe this is the very first time you've ever seen Miss Laurie. But you know what? I want you to know that Jesus loves you and Miss Laurie loves you. And you know what? If you ask Jesus into your heart, you will have that joy that bubbles up and overflows. And just like we talked about that celebration that we'd had in the beginning with Trevor and him graduating, and just like we're going to celebrate when we get together in church again, well, you know what? Will be a huge celebration in heaven if you ask Jesus into your heart. So be sure to do that, and then tell somebody. Tell somebody, I asked Jesus into my heart for the first time, and I am full of joy. And you know what? I bet those people with you will rejoice with you, and y'all will have a celebration. All right, so Miss Laurie loves you, Jesus loves you, and I am so joyful to know that we'll be together soon. All right, see you next time. Bye.
All my friends